Joining us now is Shuja Nawaz. He is a distinguished fellow at the Atlantic Council's South Asia Center and a native of Pakistan. So what happens next, and what happens to this Indian pilot?
Well, first of all, on the legality of showing the Indian pilot, it does accord with the Geneva Convention. The Third Geneva Convention, Article 13, prohibits the public humiliation of prisoners, and that was certainly not done. I think this was more an information gathering effort on the part of Pakistan, and it provides his relatives and his fellows in India an opportunity to see that he was well looked after, according to the statements that he made on air. Of course, those statements may change when he goes back. What happens next? The escalation ladder between these two countries is very steep. And so it's very dangerous in the next 24, 48 hours if they start putting pressure on each other, particularly now that the Pakistanis have shot down 2 aircraft, captured an Indian pilot, in retaliation for an Indian attack on Balakot. If India decides to put the pressure on Pakistan, perhaps from the seaside or in some other manner, then this will only escalate matters, which will not be worthwhile. I think there's an opportunity for Prime Minister Imran Khan to now take the next step, which is to return the Indian pilot to India. He's safe, he was following orders, he was only doing what he was asked to do by his government.
Is that enough? Will that be the move that brings tensions down a notch?
I think it'll help. It can only help. It will not do any harm because the value of keeping an Indian prisoner of war, as it were, in Pakistani hands is not that great for Pakistan. And it is also in accord with what Prime Minister Imran Khan has said, that he wants this to be an opening for dialogue and talks and for peace and not a path to war.
What about the domestic considerations here? We've been talking about what Imran Khan, who is fairly new in his post, but we also have Narendra Modi, who is seeing elections come up in May. How is this all playing out domestically? Is he getting a lot of pressure, and is it going to sway the elections in any way? Public opinion.
On the Indian side, there's been a very sharp reaction to the so-called politicization of these incidents by Prime Minister Modi, from 21 opposition leaders who've said that he used a national war memorial ceremony to attack the Congress party for not giving enough to the defense of India. So that's really not uniting. On the Pakistan side, interestingly, this has united the entire political spectrum. All the political parties, and indeed the military, are speaking with one voice. And what is also interesting is that Imran Khan has consistently talked about opening the doors to India, even before he became Prime Minister. So it gives him an opportunity now to speak with his own voice and not to be seen as that of the military.
30 seconds left. A lot of history here over this region. What will it take? Will this crisis over Kashmir ever be resolved?
It can be resolved only by changing the landscape in Kashmir. I think a lot has been said within India also about it. Former Foreign Minister Yashwant Sinha, who went to Kashmir and came back and talked about it, said we are losing the Kashmiris. And I think it's important for India to realize that there's a way of bringing the Kashmiris on board to whatever their future is. And Pakistan also must realize that it cannot allow militant groups to exist inside its borders, and the Prime Minister reiterated that. I think we need to support Pakistan in its efforts to de-radicalize and de-weaponize these groups, starting with the Jaish-e-Mohammed and the Lashkar-e-Taiba and other groups that have used Pakistani territory for franchise operations elsewhere.
Shuja Nawaz, thank you so much. So complicated, I wish we had more time. Thank you.
Thank you.